I am not a lead host material. I am not supposed to be here. But the one thing I am really good at is coming up with ideas and presenting them to this community. Summer Series tournament. I said it in the act lead up that we are doing something different that we've never done before, that I have a feeling will change how we see tournaments in Movie Melee going forward. We ask the same question every year, or every match, at the end of every match. Who do you want to play? The answer is always somebody, and we never give them those people. Well, this time, you're going to be able to call your shot in this tournament. There are 16 players. The top 16 in our league will come in. The top seed will get a draft pick. They will pick who they want. They will meet on call. They will you're basically calling your shot if you think you can beat that person in the match. So, without further ado, I will cut the chit-chat. I will cut everything. Our number one seed, or number one draft pick, is Igor Kosick. He is 6-2. He's had an incredible start to his season. Some would be like, what? He just debuted last year. But he put on a tear. He did a great job. He set a standard. He beat John this previous year already to basically earn this number one spot. If he lost, he would have went down. So, Igor, I'm going to present to you 15 names, 15 people. You're going to see them pop up on screen, and then you will get to choose who you want. And that's it. And then basically how this will work is Igor will draft. Those two players will play. After all round one's done, we're going to bring everybody back to the call. Based on the rankings, they will also repick the round two, the round three, until we get to the championship, to the finals of the tournament. The winner will play the champion. So these are your people that you can choose from, and I will repeat this name like 7 more times, but these are the names as follows: Jacoby Bancroft, Robert Kastner, Matthew Chen, Will Cohen, Matt Quaylar, Tony Durso, Cameron Holtzman, Tayson Johnson, yourself, you can't pick, no offense, Kaleb Koho, John Marr, Nazario Montenegro, Rue Moses, David Nishimoto, Joseph Olivas returning to Movie Melee, and Ryan Payne. Now that those names, I will transition back and forth so you can get a clear indication of who that you would like to play in your round one match. I wish I could give you some strategy. I cannot, because this has never been done before. So, who, Igor, would you like to play in round one?
All right. Getting put on the spot a bit, but
yep.
What would be a good match? I'm going to challenge someone who previously fought for a title, and I think it'll be a good match. So I'm going to take my first pick, Ryan Payne.
Ryan Payne will be your first pick. We're sending the link out currently to Ryan. We'll see if he can join today. Rationale behind picking Ryan. Test yourself. How are you feeling towards that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real good options here. Top 16 guys, everyone can win a match. Everyone can lose a match. Ultimately, haven't played Ryan before. I know he's another good 50-50 guy like I am, Melee and Fandom, so I think it's a good matchup. Neither of us, I think, has kind of a huge edge. So, and again, he's challenged for a title before, so might as well put myself up against somebody who's seen that before and see if I can hang with him.
Yeah, I think Ryan went to the Golden Ticket tournament the previous year, played Bar, literally was a question away from becoming champion. So I think that's a test. He can have really hot moments. He can have really cold moments. And this will be kind of happening the same time as Fandom, and you guys will be heavily involved in both that. So it'll be interesting to see. Well, your opponent is here. It is Ryan. Mr. Ryan Payne, you were the first selection. Igor has challenged you to the match. Thoughts on the match?
Okay. That's very fun. Honestly, this... Got to keep quiet. The lights are off in my place. The lights are off in my place right now, so I have to stand outside.
So playing Igor, are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, 100% I am. If this is the match that's going to happen, then I'm definitely excited.
All right. Well, we will see you guys in the first round of the tournament. Great job, and we'll see you then.
All right.
Joseph Olivas, returning to Movie Melee, asked to come back. We threw him right into a tournament. He has a great record. He has a 9-3 record, 2 KOs. He's back, and now he gets to challenge a person of his choice. The two people that you cannot choose from in your setting is Igor Kosick and Ryan Payne. They have both been selected, but here are your other opponents that you can choose from. Jacoby Bancroft, Robert Kastner, Matthew Chen, Will Cohen, Matt Quaylar, Tony Durso, Cameron Holtzman, Payson Johnson, Kaleb Koho, John Marr, Nazario Montenegro, Rue Moses, David Nishimoto, and that's it. So I'll go back and forth, let you look. Do you have a person in mind that you would like to challenge?
Yes, I would like a redemption shot at the last Melee match that I had, so David Nishimoto would be my pick.
David Nishimoto, first pick. Wow. We wondered where people were going to go, if they were going to go light, if they were going to go heavy. You have decided to swing very close to the top. He is our overall sixth-ranked competitor in the community. I love the moxie. We will send a link. What was your only rationale is he was your last defeat. You want redemption. That's it? Or you think you can get him this time?
Well, so here's the thing. I'm eventually going to have to face at least 2 or 3 big players. So it's going to come sooner or later. If I pick one of them to go up against, it'll be more of a, what's the word? No, I just want to get that out of the way.
I'm going to bring in David just to talk to him real quick. David is here. David could be camed on. David, you've been already picked. You don't get to draft, unfortunately. But I can tell you who you're playing if you would like to know.
All right. Sounds good. Who?
So Joseph Olivas is back in Melee, and he wants to redeem his last match where he lost to you. He called you out in round 1 of the tournament. Yeah.
All right. Good. That's fine. Round 1.
His logic is you don't get to play. You have to play good players at some point in this tournament. He'd rather just get it out of the way and try to play you in round 1. So, hey, I'm excited for it. I don't know if you are, but it should be a good match.
No, I am excited. I don't know. Yeah, Joseph has become kind of like my like a rival, arch enemy in some sorts. Like we played each other a couple.
I think you're breaking up a little bit, maybe. Yes, but we'll get you into round 1. Next up, we have some interesting matches already. So next up, Payson, the Cinemaster Johnson. Payson's coming in with 11-5 record, 1 KO. Basically has been there, been close to title matches, been teams champion, like all that stuff. He's done the thing. He's wearing a suit, which I hate. But overall, I'm going to give you people.
Say no.
I'm going to give you people that you can pick from.
Okay.
You have to select the person. The names that you cannot select in this is Igor Kosick, Ryan Payne, Joseph Olivas, and David Nishimoto. So the names that you can select are Jacoby Bancroft, Robert Kastner, Matthew Chen, Will Cohen, Matthew Quaylar, Tony Durso, Cameron Holtzman, not yourself. That would be an awful match. Kaleb Koho, John Marr, Nazario Montenegro, Rue Moses, and that's it. So do you have an idea of who you want to play?
Yes, I do. Yeah, no bits. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to take Amaru Moses.
Rue is the challenge. He did notify me that he would possibly be able to make it, so we will see if he's out in time. But what's your rationale between playing Rue?
Look, Amaru is someone who I think he's shown his skill in this league, but at the same time, I think even he would admit that fandom is his primary focus, and I know how much that can take for an opponent to like study and prep. So I'm just hoping that with him being so focused with fandom, maybe I can just sideline him in melee a little bit.
Okay, yeah. We have seen all different strategies when it comes to the first 3 picks of how they drafted and how they decided. But I understand wanting to get one under your belt if it's going to be fandom oriented, and I've said that since I started this community. I've been very vocal that it's hard to be efficient in both. All right, Rue. You have been selected, even as a higher ranked player. You were, I think, 5 going into this, 4 or 5. But Payson called you out. Payson said he wants to play you. He thinks you focus on fandom more than normal, so he thinks he can take a shot in the first round. What's your thoughts on that?
Do I have a choice?
No.
I do not have a choice.
No.
Because I'm going to be very honest. I would like to go deep into this tournament run, and playing Payson lessens that by a lot, to be very damn honest. He would not be my first choice here. But, I mean, since he wants to do it, sure, I'll try to get an upset since I have no choice.
There you go. Well, good luck in round 1, both of you. Have a good night. See you next time. Former singles champion Will Cohen. No top hat required tonight. Love that. But tournament's different. Tournament's changing. You get to pick. The names that you cannot select are as followed: Igor Kosick, Ryan Payne, Joseph Olivas, David Nishimoto, Payson Johnson, and Rue Moses. Now, I will give you a list of the players that you can draft.
Okay.
Jacoby Bancroft, Robert Kastner, Matthew Chen, Matt Quaylar, Tony Durso, Cameron Holtzman, Kaleb Koho, John Marr, Nazario Montenegro, and that's it. So I will bounce back and forth so you can get it clear. People really don't like the first sheet of this. Everybody likes everybody else second sheet. But tell me when you are ready.
All right. So let's see. All right. So I give my ranked 3.
No, you pick who you want. You get that person in round 1.
Okay. I kind of want Tony.
Tony Durso. All right. You want Tony in the first round. What is your rationale behind Tony Durso playing him in round 1?
I don't want anyone that I feel like I could get an easy win off of. And I think that, I've seen Tony play. I've always been interested in playing Tony one-on-one. I just think that between our base knowledges, the way that we play this game, I think that would just be a very interesting match.
Yeah. Why he's here, we'll talk to him. Will picked you. So cross faction lines, he wanted to take you out or you take him out in round 1. Thoughts on playing Will in round 1? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I wish I had an easier matchup, but again,
okay.
I wasn't expecting this, so that's kind of
neither.
It's kind of funny.
Will shocking all of us like always. I love it. Well, you two, see you in round 1. Start prepping. The links will go out soon, but good luck to both of you. All right. Next up on the draft, we have some interesting matchups I did not see coming. No one saw coming. Next up, Mr. Robert Kastner. Hello, sir. This is a weird situation. You are drafting here. I will give you a list of people you can pick from. These are the people you cannot pick from.
Okay.
You cannot pick Will Cohen or
Okay.
Tony Durso.
Okay.
You can't pick Joseph Olivas or David Nishimoto.
Wow.
You
You're
can't play.
You're really killing me with this, aren't you?
You can't play Igor Kosick or Ryan Payne.
Okay.
You can't play. Am I missing? I'm Rue or Payson.
Huh.
So I'm going to show you the people that you can pick from, and then you will decide after that.
Okay.
You can play Jacoby Bancroft. You can play Matthew Chen. You can play Matt. You can play Cam. You can play Koho, or you can play John Marr.
Okay. So because I knew this was going to be like a crazy dealer's choice, I'm actually going to let fate decide.
Oh, okay.
I have a wheel. And I'm going to prime it real quick. And then I'm going to use whoever shows up on that as the choice. Because there's not really
you and Wheel are never really good friends. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. So
sometimes we are, sometimes we're not. Okay. I have 3 spins, so I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I choose John. John Marr.
John Marr. Okay. So what's your? I can't even ask you your rationale between picking this because you just used a wheel to decide this.
Yeah.
So, what's your overall feelings about playing John?
I've done it in the past, in a league that you manage in. He gave me a thing that turned out to bite me in the ass one time. He probably won't do it again. So I'm looking forward to whatever the next thing is he does to bite me in the ass. But, John's a cool guy.
John Marr, you have been selected by Robert Kastner, but not by out of him ability to think he can beat you, but basically the wheel. He put you all in a wheel. He decided that way. So what's your thoughts about playing Robert in the first round?
I don't mind playing Robert. I like Robert. I can't even say anything bad about the guy. That's the most upsetting. The most upsetting part is I can't talk shit about the guy. I wish Nussbaum would pick me or something. That would have been way better.
It'd be a hard line to get him in here for this.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely interesting. Both your faction's just wild with choices tonight. You both have just decided to cannibalize each other and play, so that's fun. But we will see you in round 1. Hello, Matt. It is your turn to draft. I will tell you the players that you can draft from, the person you select, who you will be playing in round 1. I will talk to you about your rationale of why you picked them. And then I will bring your opponent on and you can talk trash, or you can be like, I just picked you because you're the one remaining. So here are your people that you can pick them. Jacoby Bancroft, Matthew Chen, Cameron Holtzman for the 12th time, Nazario Montenegro, or Kaleb Koho. Who is your pick?
So I can't pick myself there.
You cannot, unfortunately. I think that match would be awesome. If this was circa 2018, we could definitely do that.
Someone who I really haven't played in a long time, who he went through a lot of matches together, and now we actually play a lot of matches together, is my current team partner, Nazario.
So you're challenging Nazario?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
This is just the most madness tournament ever. Everybody's calling out friends, foes, faction mates. Nazario messaged me and goes, man, I wish we could... is everybody not picking me because they're scared? I was like, yes, that's it. They're terrified. So Nazario... I think that's a fun match.
He is a world champion in trivia, not in this league, in another world. So, I mean, he's no slouch.
That is true. And when we are talking about, like, what's the possibility of this is like the oldest matchup in the trivia community playing against each other. So Nazario's here. Matt called you out. Matt picked you. He wants one of you guys to lose in round 1, which is hilarious.
What the fuck?
How are you feeling about that, buddy?
I mean, I wish it was Mike Hanley, but If not, I guess this is doing good. So good shit.
Yeah.
What fucking rank were you?
I don't know.
He was down a little bit. I don't.
Yeah, I've been going down a little bit.
11.
Okay.
He was 11, so we had some people not show up, but he got to pick. So he picked you. He had 5 other people that he could choose from, I think.
No one else good.
I'm pretty sure they're all better than me. So you made the right.
You guys
choice.
get to have a relaxed strength kind of free match that you guys get to pick stuff that you both like and play just general movie trivia. So
we get to bring
and bitch
Kale.
about the questions. So love it.
And Michael gets
See you in
double
round
hosting
1.
duties. Or not
See you in
double-
round
double-
1, and
double
I can't
managing.
wait to see Mike choose who he loves more. All right.
He
we'll see you
will
then.
manage both of us.
Exactly.
I love it. Let's bring it on. Now it is time to the Multiplex Player of the Year, also known as Schmodown Celebrity, that I can call my good friend now, Jacoby Bancroft.
It's only because we're good friends.
Because we're good friends. That's all for the Denzel comment in our matches. Jacoby, you are here. You are in the tournament. You get to pick. You were, I think, 12 in our rankings. Is that correct? We've had some people not show up, so you do get the draft. You should. You could have been, and then pick some people in the top 9 out of when they had the shot to pick lighter opponents. So you get to pick. I will tell you who you can pick from, and you tell me who you want to play.
Okay.
You can either play Matthew Chen, Cameron Holtzman, or Kaleb Koho. I will give you faces in case you forget who these people are. Because
I forget what Koho. I forget what Koho looks like sometimes. So.
Well, he is now bald, which is the most shocking that he's ever been. He did not look like that when you teamed up together. So
he looks different. He's going through his.
So Matthew Chen, Cameron Holtzman, or Kaleb Koho. What say you?
Matthew Chen, Cameron Holtzman, Kaleb Koho. Oh, this is fun. No, Matthew Chen, Cameron Holtzman. Kaleb
I don't know
Koho.
if you've played Holtzman or Chen before.
I haven't played Chen. I have played Holtzman, and I lost to him. And I don't know
you
if I played
teamed with Koho at some point. Is that correct?
I did team at Koho. Yeah, I got to do it. I missed Koho. I'm choosing Kaleb Koho as my opponent.
Okay, so he is here. It is Parlay
Let's go.
Civil War in round 1. Is it just because you think it's going to be a fun match? Was there any consideration between Matthew and Cam to play them in round 1, or?
Honestly, I mean, like, there's still the hurt. I've lost to Cameron Holtzman a few times, so it's just like I don't want to do another loss to him. And maybe a braver player would have been like, "Oh, I can finally conquer that horse." But I'm the type of player that's like, I'm going to avoid that completely. So just get that out of the way. And I love Koho. I haven't been on, and I obviously don't interact with Koho as much anymore. So I wanted that chance to do this. And Matthew Chen would have been great. But again, so it's between Chen or Koho, and I had to go with Koho. Sorry, Koho, if I don't know if you wanted that or didn't want that. So,
please, of the remaining options, this is 100% what I wanted. I want to avoid Holtzman like the plague as well.
Yeah.
And Matthew is just, it's fine. I like Matthew, but playing
Matthew might be on a revenge tour from what happened in the Platinum ticket. So
right. So I'd rather avoid that one too. I'd rather just have the most stress-free, fun round 1 match where if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I'm good either way.
Perfect. I think the same way. So it's going to be a good time. I'm excited
great
for this.
parlay reunion. I'm happy about
parlay reunion.
All right.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm going to keep Kohu here, but I'm going to kick Jacoby. Jacoby, I will see you in round 1. Links will go out soon, so start building the strength. We'll see you then. Okay, I'm going to keep Kohu here because he's my showrunner. He had no say in who he picked, which was funny. He was the last pick. So we'll go through the matchups. We'll go through the matchups as followed. We have Igor Kosick gets the first pick. He takes Ryan Payne. I think that's an interesting matchup. I think that's a very cross-strength matchup. I think they can definitely do some I think anybody could win that matchup. I think Igor, if you tell me...
A really strong move by Igor. It's either going to work really well or blow up in his face, but I think that is a really smart play by Igor to go that way.
Yeah, I think we'll see how that all lines out. Next, I think the shock of the draft and exactly what me and Koho, when I pitched this to Koho of what this could be, Joseph Olivas returning, hasn't played in
like a year and a half. I feel like he's been out maybe even longer than 18 months. It's been a long time.
Year and a half. Says he wants to come back. We say hell yes, no question about it. We love the idea. And then he says, "Hey, I lost last I lost to David. I want to play David. Bring on David." And then that's what happens. I think that's a rocket fire first round. I can't wait, and I cannot pick a side because both of them could win this whole tournament. And now they've taken out a strong person, which what this basic draft did was could take out super strong players along the way and let basically players that are good but not top echelon survive through, which is beautiful and what I wanted.
Oh yeah, I think the David Olivas rematch in round 1 is more than likely what we thought the finals could have been, and we're getting it in the first round is insane. I think seeing a Rusty Olivas versus a sharp David could be super interesting, but it could also be Olivas has had so much time and clearly wanted this match. He's thought about this match. He might have something really special planned for this, and it might waylay David out of this tournament in the first round. It's going to be so exciting.
And then I think the very next one was basically shell-shocked from last year's tournament. Payson, didn't he lose to Kastner in the very first round of last year's tournament?
Second round to Kastner.
So he knows he wants to have an easier road, he believes. He thinks he can beat Road because Rue's focused on Fandom. So he wants to take Rue on, which is not a bad thing. Rue didn't have a choice in the matter, but he will be playing him. So that's exciting.
I think that's the strength of this match if there ever was one. That's two different kinds of games that are going head to head, and Payson's game has worked for so long for him. He's been really good at just the melee half, and Rue's been really great at the Fandom half. And to see them each bring different perspectives to the melee arena, who knows what happens here? I think it could be a stunner in round 1, or it's exactly what Payson wanted.
Well, we kind of evened the score this year too. We lowered the difficulty a little bit. Fandom was included, so there are some helping things for Rue. So it's not as a layup as maybe years past. Next, I would say the next shocker of the thing was Will being able to. So in that first half, Igor got picked, then Joseph. Joseph picked somebody also in the top 5. Then Payson picked somebody in the top 5, so they basically eliminated him. And then Will said, "You know what? I won the belt. I want to have an interesting round 1. I'm going to take on my faction mate, Tony Durso," which Tony has been so close to number 1 contender matches and been trying to get to that spot. And now we might have a former champion or challenger eliminated in round 1 of the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Will is coming off a fresh title loss, and he's going into this tournament which is something he probably didn't even expect to necessarily do. And now he decides to, I don't know if it's because he's worried about paper champ claims or what, but to take on Durso in the first round is a statement. If he beats Durso in the first round to move on, that is an absolute statement that I'm coming back for that belt and I'm going to do it in epic fashion. But if Tony gets it, Tony got bounced from the platinum ticket in a stunner with Jacoby. Durso can win and he can have misses that just cost him matches. I think Durso is stinging from that Jacoby one, and he is ready to go in this tournament. It's going to be interesting.
And if 3 people lose in that first round, Will could easily be one of the higher ranking players remaining and get a higher draft pick in the following round. It's madness. It's madness. It's exactly what I wanted. The very next
top 5 picks are out of this tournament in the first round, which means the lower draft people, they're going to have a better chance of surviving in next rounds and getting a shot to pick their opponent.
Absolutely. Very next one was Robert Kastner. Robert Kastner came in. He spun a wheel. His wheel ended up on his faction mate, Robert Kastner, John Marr. John Marr basically used a strength against Back to Formula. Back to Formula took that strength, started using that strength moving forward, and now Robert, who's basically going to be facing that exact same straight that knocked him out in the first round or second round of the teams tournament, which is crazy. I think it's interesting. So there's no animosity. But again, if factions were a thing, Fun DMC literally just took 2 people out of the tournament at the very start instead of divide and conquer. They decided to take each other out.
If this was a year ago and we were still doing points building to things and decisions, that would be awful strategy on a team's part. But with that being gone, we just saw that DMC really has a free for all on each other, and that's wild to see. But to see Caster and Mar play is going to be so interesting because Caster had a great year last year. Last year's Multiplex Player of the Year. A lot of that on the back of a fantastic Melee season. Playing John, who had a bit of a down year. Those two facing off. Mar's been playing very good this year. So to have these two go head-to-head, it's going to be very interesting.
This one was decided. You didn't see it in the draft. It was not decided, but they're sitting right next to each other in the rankings. Cameron Holtzman goes undrafted. Matthew Chin goes undrafted. Matthew Chin did get sent a link. Wasn't able to answer. Things came up. And unfortunate, probably not what these two wanted at all. They would have literally, what I think would have happened, Chen would have challenged either Koho or Jacoby in that situation, and then Koho and Jacoby would have played Holtzman. They would have separated that situation. What ended up following is they didn't go undrafted. They are both playing each other round one. Both dominant people, both people that we could see holding that belt at some point gone in round one. One will be gone.
It's wild to me, especially a bit of a bummer that these two who have been very good consistently across their careers were not able to be here tonight to make picks, basically forfeiting the draft clock and moving on. And now they have to face each other. It's wild. Matthew played really well in the Platinum Ticket Tournament, just came up short. And we really haven't seen Holtzman much this year except for the rematch with Matt. So Holtzman is a player that feasibly could be the champion, and Matthew too. And it's wild to see, like you said, one of them going home in the first round.
Yes, very next thing, it's interesting how it fell out is because the very next person to bring in is Matt. I understand Matt's logic here is playing Nazario. Nazario doesn't do real strengths, doesn't really study. So let's have a fun match against Matt. Crazy. This is old school movie trivia, fan fiction right here. It's crazy. These two played in round one of a tournament. This is circa early before a lot of these players ever played. So to see them in round one is, for me, super exciting. I love the idea. What was your thoughts on this?
This is an old school match from 2017, 2018 that would have been a contender match if we were playing this 6 years ago. And to see them face off in the first round by their choices, sort of as post-prime versions of themselves and just looking to have fun, is going to be very entertaining. And I think even as both of them will say they don't care or don't put in the effort, they're both still naturally gifted trivia players and are very talented individuals. It's going to be a really fun match to watch. And really one of them could make a really deep run in this as well.
Yeah, I'm so fascinated by this. This is my most anticipated round one. And I know that's ridiculous to say because they're both. I'm going to put the people that are great hosts on it and have sit back and just kick back and laugh the entire time because I'm going to have a blast doing it. The very last, it's the last matchup, right? Yeah, the last matchup. What was your thought process? No, people didn't know. You did not get a pick in this. You were the very last person in. You would not have. Nothing would have happened where you would have got to pick anybody. So, what was your thoughts as people kept coming off the board and you realized that the possibility of you versus Jacoby is a matchup that you've asked for numerous times? He's asked for was a possibility, and I think it was the safe haven of Matthew not being able to answer the call that actually sealed this deal, but. When big names kept going, because you thought certain players could have took you, and what was your overall feeling?
As the 16 seed in any given tournament, I'd be playing an Olabasa, Nishimoto, and Igor going home in round one, getting bounced and being done. But the fun part of this tournament that was freaking me out the entire time was watching Nishimoto, Olabas, Durso come off the board so early, Mar coming off the board so early. And when it came down to those final 3, the one person I didn't want was Holtzman. If Matthew had shown up and picked me, I'd have been happy to play Matthew. I feel like competitively, that's actually a pretty evenly matched game. I think Matthew's very good. And I think that Jacoby was the one I wanted most because I think we have very similar interests, very similar skill sets. So it's not like an out gamesmanship thing. We're literally just both going to come in, sit down, pick up whiteboards, play trivia, and whoever wins, wins. And that's kind of the most fun kind of round 1 match, especially with someone who I like and respect as much as Jacoby. So I'm very excited to play that match. And I think that's a much more stress-free draw than if I got Holtzman or Nishimoto or Payson in the first round. So I'm very happy with how that fell for me, selfishly, but also I'm very happy just to see Jacoby get to make a pick.
Again, call me a mad scientist, call me whatever you like, a dictator, a tyrant, a lot of names. I do this because I think it's fun. I do this because I think it would be an interesting setup, and I think this one worked exactly the way I want. I can't wait to do this in a teams format. I can't wait to just do this in general because I think if you call your shots, it breaks the monotony of course, the one is challenging the weakest 16. No, call your shot, change the tournament, make things different. And if this falls on the place, I'll be the first to admit it. But based on this first round, I am signed, sealed, more anticipated than I've ever been in running this. So thank you to Koho for letting my mad scientist run. Thank you to all the players for participating and agreeing to play. Again, I know it's tough, to come on a call. 2 of them couldn't make it. Again, I sent this out in timely advance. I didn't just drop this yesterday and be like, hey, you have to be here. I tried to get everybody here the best I could, but it's 16 people. I can't rearrange for everybody's schedule. So this is the tournament, and this is just round 1 because all the winners of this will come back on a call and basically call each other out one by one to get another round, and then the next round until we have the winner, and the winner will challenge the champion. So this is going to be the person challenging at Mayhem with the Multiplex, one of these 16 teams, 16 players. So
it's gonna be great.
Enjoy the tournament.
And watch the Judgement City match. And back to regularly scheduled match. Go. There's a title match after. Go watch Judgement City play. Go get out of here. Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the world of Movie Melee. I am your host, Kaleb Koho, and tonight is what you've been waiting for the entire act. We've teased it. It's time for the Day of Judgment. It's been named after this match here, and we couldn't have expected a better double bill. Tonight, Judgement City chasing history, looking to go 8-0 to beat Concept's defense record and keep building it. Whether you think you're the heroes, the villains, or love them or hate them, Judgement City is looking to make history. In their way is a team who's already made history. It's Ginyu Force going for their 3rd round with Judgement City. They went all the way through a tournament after losing their automatic rematch in an attempt to get the belt back, and they're going to have a chance to do it tonight. All great trilogies end with a great 3rd installment, and I can't wait to see how it goes. Joining me on the desk tonight, the former Movie Melee singles champion, Vicious, Dylan Vanthine. How you doing, Dylan?
Very good. Yeah, very excited for the trilogy. I think the first match we saw between these 2 teams, it was not super competitive, but the second one, Ginyu made a lot of improvements and made it a very, very close match, and we're very, very close to winning. So I think if there's any team who can, stop potentially the Judgement City, who is one of the most dominant forces I think we've ever seen in Melee, period. Definitely. It could be them. These are like 2, honestly, when you're just talking about just dominant teams in general, these are like the 2 teams that jumped to my mind here, because Ginyu, they had one of the most impressive reigns as teams champion in history, And Judgment City, I'd say, is still chasing them. I think that for their reign, even though I believe it's been almost a full year. If they win, I think it'll be basically like a full year of them holding the belts. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Good, and very important match, I think, for both of these teams' legacy. So it should be an interesting one.
Definitely. So we'll go ahead. We'll start with the challengers, Payson and David. Of course, you guys have played these guys twice, come up short twice, but you guys went through that tournament. You made your bones again through a whole slew of great teams, and now you are here tonight for another shot at that title. What does it mean to you to try and win, and how are you feeling going in against Judgment City?
I just really have one thing to say. If Judgment City wins tonight, they set the record that is tied with Concept, Ginyu Force, and Judgment City at 4 defenses. If we win tonight, we set the record and become the first ever 3-time Melee Teams champion. This could not be a more exciting match, I think, in the league's history. I'm just excited to play. Let's do this, David.
Yeah, well said. And I have nothing else more to say about that. And yeah, let's do this.
All right. Judgment City, you guys have had such a dominant run. You guys have done a lot of great things already. How are you feeling about playing Ginyu Force for the 3rd time tonight?
Good. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, all I can say is I'm in a remote location on vacation doing this because this means that much to me. But no matter how this goes tonight, I'm just so excited of what we've done as champions and hoping to continue it. But I love you, Kaleb, no matter how this goes tonight. And this is, I think the best team that we've played every time that we played them, and it's always an honor. So let's do it.
Let's rock and roll. Love playing with you, Jeremy. Let's get it started.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to say goodbye to camp, and we'll get everyone set up on here as we get into round number 1, which works like this. This is the whiteboard round. You're going to get 8 questions from 8 different areas within the realm of general movie trivia. Should you get all 8 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 4 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge rule. Any questions as we get into round number 1?
Good luck.
All right, then your first question will come in the category of crime. In The Godfather, what favor does Bonacera, the first guest Vito meets with, ask Corleone to do? Always a great sign when we start a great match off by asking about a great movie.
How specific?
General.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a pretty good film, isn't it?
I hear it's the best.
Yeah.
Some would say overrated. I don't agree.
I don't agree with that at all.
There it is. 5.
Oh, wow.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we're going to start with Jeremy.
I said attack his daughter's abusers.
We are going to go to Payson.
I think I got it wrong, but kill someone.
We will go to Boat.
I said kill people.
We will go to David.
I said lend him money.
We have killed someone, specifically his daughter's abusers, so I think we can accept both members of Judgment and Payson to make it 2-1 Judgment City as we get to the next question from Dylan.
In the category of action/adventure, how many Transformers films does John Turturro appear in?
If you could be a Transformer, what vehicle would you want to be?
Ooh. I don't know. Probably like a limousine.
I want to be a jet ski.
Nice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, we are going to go to Payson.
Yeah, he came back for the last night, so 4.
We're going to go to Boatman.
I said 3.
We're going to go to David.
4.
And we're going to go to Jeremy.
Yeah, I said 3.
4 is correct. So with that, Ginyu will swing it 3-2, and there are no Payson's still perfect. As we get to your third question. Sorry, Payson. In the category of Oscars, what was the first film for which Alfred Hitchcock received an Oscar nomination?
I just realized I don't have an apparatus to write down the repeats, so good thing no one used one yet.
Good word, acrobatics.
Thank you.
So that's a $5 million word.
That might be the first time I've ever used it. It just felt right. It felt like the right time, you know.
You did. You picked your spot well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, and we're gonna go to Boatman.
Rebecca.
We're gonna go to David.
Oh, Rebecca?
We're gonna go to Jeremy.
Rebecca.
And we're gonna go to Payson.
I wasn't sure if you got a director nomination for that. I put Rear Window.
Rebecca is correct. So sorry. With that, we have no perfect rounds, and it is a tie game, 4-4. As we get to your fourth question from Dylan.
In the category of mystery/thrillers, what element of the prison gives the Green Mile its name in The Green Mile?
A favorite of
Yeah.
It's Cody. Cody's the one who does it.
Yeah.
I don't know why there was secrecy.
What element?
It's true.
Okay.
He's probably just like 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We are gonna go to David.
The floor?
We are gonna go to Jeremy.
Yeah, the color of the floor.
We are gonna go to Payson.
I'm not even gonna show my answer.
And we're gonna go to Boat.
I said hallway to the execution chamber.
What we were looking for was the tiled floor. So I believe we can accept Jeremy and David. So we're going to be 5-5 as we get to.
Actually, can I just bring Holtzman in? Just
sure.
I'm just curious about it. I don't know, Holtzman, because I know they say you're walking the Green Mile when you're going to be executed. So I don't know. I could be 100%.
My biggest thing is I think A, it's specifically just the floor, and B, it's also like more than just the hallway to the execution.
Okay.
It's throughout. So I'm not challenged.
Okay. No challenge.
Nope.
Okay. We're going to put holes in the back. We're going to move on to the next question, which is in the category of sci-fi fantasy. What 90s film follows a group of astronauts as they investigate and salvage a lost spaceship that disappeared 7 years earlier? Our first almost challenge consideration. See if it happens. If it happens.
This feels like we have a live studio audience.
It does, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes. We're laughing at our questions.
Okay, yes. Control my mic, so sorry.
It's all right.
We're just getting ridiculed for questions for dishing.
It's not about you. It's not about
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are back to Jeremy.
Event Horizon.
We'll go to Payson.
Is it Event Horizon?
We'll go to Boat.
Event Horizon.
And we'll go to David.
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon is correct for the clean sweep, 7-7. All right, so we are moving on to the sixth question from Dylan.
The fifth one, that threw me off a bit. Anyways, your next question in the category of horror. Anna Kendrick, Gemma Arterton, and Jackie Weaver provide supporting performances in what horror comedy?
Numbers are hard.
That's all right.
So, a lot of things happening in the world of life.
Or wait. No, it was sixth. I'm stupid. I'm going to be an accountant, by the way. Nice. Isn't that fun?
I was right. You know what? Own it.
Whatever.
5,
Got it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Payson.
Life After Beth?
We will go to Boat.
Life After Beth.
We will go to David.
I'll have it.
And we'll go to Jeremy.
Answer?
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. I said Warm Bodies.
All incorrect. We're looking for The Voices.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we will move on to your penultimate question in the category of animation. In Ponyo, when Suzuki first sees Ponyo, she is stuck inside of what kind of object?
Not sure if it's Sasuke or Suzuki, but
Words are
So-
hard. Words, names, all of it. Difficult. I can't do anything.
I hear you.
You can't count, I can't speak, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're a great pair.
Yes.
A pair of illiterates. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Boatman.
A bucket.
We will go to David.
Fishbowl.
We'll go to Jeremy.
Yeah, I said bottle.
And we'll go to Payson.
And I put a bowl.
All incorrect. We're looking for a jar.
I almost said jar. Dang it. It was between jar and bottle.
So with that, we're tied 7-7 as we get to your final question from Dylan.
In the category, excuse me, in the category of war, what name is King Edward commonly called in Braveheart?
Oh, yep.
I'm going to just start calling you by your name all the time.
By my name,
Oh,
Dylan? What were you calling me before?
Calling you beautiful, but now I'm going to call you vicious.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just some mild sexual harassment on the desk. Sorry. We're going to go to David.
The butcher. I don't know.
We're going to go to Jeremy.
Longshanks.
We're going to go to Payson.
I put long shank.
And we're going to go to Boatman.
I didn't have it. I said heartless.
Long shanks is correct. So with that, Jeremy will take Judgment into the lead 8-7 as we get out of round number 1. Anything can happen to get into round number 2, which is the wheel round, and it works like this. Each team is going to get a chance to spin from the lovely wheel from wheeldecide.com. If you like the category you land on, you are going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can opt to multiple choice, but it devalues it down to being only worth 1 point. You can spin again, but you are stuck with whatever you land on the second time, and there is stealing in this round. Your categories on the wheel tonight, as there are no spinners and opponents per the champion's request. Hammer Horror, 1989 to 2001, Alan Silvestri. Sports.
Second.
Recent releases, 1937 to 1946, Screwball Comedies, directed by Richard Linklater. 70s, actors and actresses, and horror. So we will bring in Cameron Holtzman. Judgment, you were in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer to Ginyu Force?
We will defer.
All right, then we'll put Holtzman in the back, and this will be the first spin for Ginyu Force. We land on the category of 1937 to 1946 Screwball Comedies. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
We're going to spin again.
All right, and you'll be stuck with whatever you land on this spin. And Ginyu, you will be getting actors and actresses. So go ahead and put the wheel in the back. I'll go ahead and give Ginyu their questions in actors and actresses. Are you ready, Ginyu?
Yes, and I'll be the one answering for us.
Perfect.
I just want to make sure.
Yep. I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy, you're not.
We can hear Jeremy in the main call.
Muted. Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. I'm muted here.
there we go. Okay.
Everyone muted.
Everyone muted who needs to be. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Ginyu, your first question, actors and actresses. Chris Cooper plays the father-in-law of Jake Gyllenhaal's character in what movie? Five, 4, 3, 2,
Full choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Jarhead, B, Stronger, C, Demolition, or D, Brothers. Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the options.
As your first, or that's a repeat of the options for you. A, Jarhead. B, Stronger. C. Demolition, or D. Brothers? Five, four.
Stronger, final answer.
That is incorrect. Judgment City, the chance of the 1 point steal. Your options again are A. Jarhead, B. Stronger, C. Demolition, or D. Brothers.
D. Brothers, final answer.
That's also incorrect. We're looking for C. Demolition. Your second question, Ginyu, in actors and actresses. What actress has played the wives of characters played by Alec Baldwin, Robert De Niro, and Robert Loggia? Five, four, three.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Jackie Weaver, B. Julianne Moore, C. Michelle Pfeiffer, or D. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. Five, four, three, two.
Michelle Pfeiffer, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. Your third question in actors and actresses. Richard Pryor's final performance was in what 90s film? Five.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Wild at Heart, B. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, C. Lost Highway, or D. The Straight Story.
Lost Highway, final answer.
That is correct for 1 more point. Your fourth question in actors and actresses. Who appears in the films Dogma, Eye in the Sky, and Alice Through the Looking Glass?
Alan Rickman, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. No extra points. In fact, I want to deduct for the impression. Your final question in actors and actresses. What 80s films cast includes Diane Lane, Dennis Hopper, and Nicolas Cage? Five, four, three.
Repeat the question.
That is Ginyu's first repeat. What 80s films cast includes Diane Lane, Dennis Hopper, and Nicolas Cage? Five, four, three, two,
Multiple choice.
one. Your multiple choice options are A. Rumblefish, B. Valley Girl, C. Peggy Sue Got Married, or D. Vampire's Kiss.
Rumblefish, final answer. Sweet.
That is correct for 1 more point. So at the end of Ginyu's turn, they get their score up to 12. No Steals keeps Judgment at 8, as we will bring back the wheel. And this will be Judgment City Spin. And you land on 1989 to 2001 Alan Silvestri. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
We will respin.
All right, you'll be stuck with every land on this spin. And you'll be receiving your questions in the category. Nope, you get a free respin. Actors and actresses. Get that out. And not right more than one set. It is horror, just general horror. So I'll put the wheel in the back, and Dylan can give them their questions in horror.
Sure thing. Your first question in horror. Who directed Peeping Tom?
Michael Powell, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. In what 80s horror film will you find an eyeglasses company called Spectacular Optical Corporation?
Four, three, two.
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, They Live, B, Videodrome, C, Prince of Darkness, or D, Scanners.
They Live, final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. Ginyu for the 1 point steal. Is it A, They Live, B, Videodrome, C, Prince of Darkness, or D, Scanners?
Videodrome, final answer.
That is correct for the 1 point steal. Your third question. At the beginning of Arachnophobia, a new species of spider is discovered in what South American country?
Venezuela, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your penultimate question in this category. In The Empty Man, what type of object must be used on a bridge to summon the Empty Man?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, a candle, B, a notebook, C, a camera, or D, a bottle.
Candle, final answer.
So unfortunately incorrect. Ginyu for the 1 point steal. Is it A, a candle, B, a notebook, C, a camera, or D, a bottle?
We're going to say camera, final answer.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for a bottle. They blow into a bottle. It's actually pretty stupid. Anyways, your final question in this category. The 2016 film The Void is primarily set in what kind of location?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, a police station, B, a hospital, C, a school, or D, a bank.
bank final answer?
That is unfortunately incorrect. Ginyu for the 1 point steal. Is it A, police station, B, a hospital, C, a school, or D, a bank?
Hospital, final answer.
That is correct for the 1 point steal.
All right, so at the end of Judgment's turn, Ginyu has slipped in the lead 14-12 off those steals. But anything can happen is get to round number 3, which is the deep cut round. It works like this. The teams will confer as they'll get 4 questions, 1 from each movie they selected, each question worth 2 points apiece. We'll go through this one and move on to the next. So your first question is from the movie Napoleon Dynamite. Your question is, what is the name of the place that Napoleon tells Deb he gets his haircut at?
You like this movie?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Tense. It's very tense.
It is, yeah.
I
I feel weird even bantering right now.
They can talk.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question, please.
That'll be Judgment City's first repeat. And your question again. What is the name of the place that Napoleon tells Deb he gets his haircut at? Lovely weather we're having. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. And we'll start with Judgment City.
I said quick cutting.
We will go to Ginyu first.
The cut-in corral, and being like, and.
The cut-in corral is correct for 2 points.
Okay.
So we'll go to your next movie. What's their movie, Dylan?
Wayne's World 2. Caleb, are you still muted?
I remuted. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. I was just making sure. All right, your question in Wayne's World 2. What specifically is the Kluergen province's main export? Let me try that again. What specifically is the Kluergen province's main export? It's a tough word. How dare you give me that one?
I thought you were the one who could spell.
That's true. Make a math mistake so I can have my roll back.
It'll happen in a few questions, sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, and we'll start with Ginyu on this one.
Module furniture.
And we will go to Bo.
Modular furniture.
Modular furniture is correct. So we'll move on to your third question, which comes from the movie National Treasure, Book of Secrets. What's up? What is the combination that opens the secret drawer of the Malcolm Gilvery desk?
This movie's all right from what I saw. Skimmed through it.
What are you talking about? Sounds great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Judgment City.
1876.
And we will go to Payson.
1876.
I guess I should have said Ginyu, but yes, that is correct. And we'll go to your final deep cut from what movie, Dylan?
In the film Cheaper by the Dozen, 2003. What is the model of the car Hank drives? God, I'm falling apart here.
It's all right. If you want, it makes you feel better, they'll answer the last one being numbers. I had to double check and make sure that they were saying the right answer.
It's fair.
So,
18 and 16 is the score, right?
I don't know. We'll pause after and make sure.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. hands down. We will go to Judgment City.
Respect the perimeter around the LeBaron.
And we will go to Ginyu.
LeBaron.
LeBaron is correct. So with that, I believe I have Ginyu with the lead out of round. Or no, Judgment with the lead. I don't know.
No, Ginyu.
Ginyu. I'm right? Yeah, Ginyu. Okay.
20.
No, there it is. There's my number mistake, Dylan.
Thank you.
All right, so with that, Ginyu holds the lead out of round number 3 as we get into round number 4, which is the Revenge of the Wheel round, and it works like this. Each team is going to give the other one category remaining off the wheel. It cannot be their own strength that they put on the wheel. They will get 5 questions worth 2 points without the aid of multiple choice. So we'll bring back said wheel, and we will allow Ginyu to make the call since they are in the lead.
We're going to give them sports also. Can teams close out of their Skype calls now?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, teams can leave Skype calls. You are no longer needed.
And we're going to give them sports.
Okay. Sports will be given. Judgment City, are you ready for your questions in sports?
Yeah.
Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear me. Right?
Okay. Yep. Okay, we're good. Yep.
All right. Then your first question in the category of sports. What job does Jack Cunningham have before becoming a basketball coach in the way back?
Is he a construction worker?
I haven't seen it.
I think that's right.
Okay.
Construction worker, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good pull, Caleb.
Slam dunk, grand slam, touchdown, whatever.
All the sports terms.
Your second question in the category of sports. What team does the New York Knights face at the end of The Rookie?
Oh. Is it
The Natural, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Natural. Oh.
The Natural, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's my bad.
Yeah, I was going to say the Knights.
Where did I go?
Can we?
No, that's what it says in the.
I'll give you a technical. What team do the New York Knights face at the end of The Natural?
I think it's another fake team. Maybe the Wizards. I'm not sure.
Okay. And you don't think it's like an actual team?
I don't.
Okay.
The Wizards is in my mind. I could be totally wrong.
Okay, then let's just go for it then.
All right. The Wizards' final answer?
That's incorrect. Looking for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, it was a real team. All right.
My bad on the mistake with the question.
No, that's okay.
Your third question in the category of sports. Who directed Waves?
Oh, Destin Daniel Cretton.
Yeah.
Wait, Cretton. That's his last name, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Destin Daniel Cretton. Final answer.
That's incorrect. We're looking for Trey Edward Schultz.
Trey Edward Schultz. Yeah, it just came to me.
Fudge a doodle.
That's all right.
Your penultimate question in sports. What is the name of the Roman gladiator played by Martin Kove in Death Race 2000?
Jesus.
Okay, and that's not Frankenstein.
No, but David Carradine's Frankenstein. I don't remember the other ones. Roman gladiator. What makes sense for that?
Spartacus, Aurelius.
Let's just go with Spartacus. That seems all right.
Spartacus, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Nero the Hero.
All right.
And your final question in sports. Who plays Ken's wife, Molly Miles, in Ford v. Ferrari?
Ken Miles is Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's Christian Bale. Was it Claire Foy in that? No.
Wait. Was it Claire Foy? No. No, it's oh frick. It's the last duel lady.
Repeat the question.
Jodie Comer.
Second repeat.
They said final answer. They said final answer.
Ken's wife. Oh, what?
They said final answer.
We did.
All right. So no final answer was uttered, so there's no need for a challenge. We're going to restore that third repeat the second repeat for Judgment City, and they will be getting a new question. So your question in sports alternatively is, what is the name of the country club that Caddyshack centers around?
Bushwood.
Yes.
Bushwood.
Yeah.
I just want to sit
Yeah.
with that for a second, but it's
That's
Bushwood,
correct.
right? Yeah.
It is, absolutely. Yeah.
Bushwood, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. So at the end of that sports
It's okay. Don't worry about
round, Judgment gets their score up to 22, I believe is what I have.
Yes.
And so we will go to Judgment. What would you like to give me first?
I think we'll give them classics. Or can we get Holtzman in here?
Yes, we'll bring in Mr. Holtzman.
Score is 22-20, by the way.
I think we'll give him classics.
Yeah, we'll give him classics.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you're in what we're saying.
All right.
We're good.
Just, you know.
Cam in the back, the wheel in the back, and classics from Dylan.
All right. So your first question in the category of classics. What Academy Award-winning actor plays the Mexican, one of the 3 men to be hanged by the posse in the Oxbow incident?
I've heard of it. Say.
I never seen it. One of the characters played Mexican. Is that what it said? Okay. I have no clue.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We're looking for Anthony Quinn. And I can barely hear Payson, I will just say that.
Yeah, I can hardly hear Payson right now. This background noise on
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sweet. I'll just talk louder.
Okay.
So your next question in classics. In the Dirty Dozen, what do the men refuse to do as a protest against only having cold water?
Is it shade?
I'm sorry.
I think shower is too. We're not going to get bathed, so I'm willing to say shave. I weirdly think it's shave.
You think that's like a protest, shaving?
Like
I
they
don't
don't
know.
shave.
Okay, I trust you. Go ahead.
Shave, final answer.
That is correct for 2
Good job.
points.
Good job. Sorry.
You're good.
Tying it up on that question. Your next question. At the end of Mr. Roberts, what possession of the captain's does Ensign Pulver throw overboard?
Do you remember this?
I don't. Maybe like a watch, maybe like a.
Oh, maybe a watch. Watch comes to mind.
Okay. Let's go
I
for
didn't-
it. Watch final answer.
Is unfortunately incorrect. The answer is apparently a palm tree.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, your next question. Who directed Harvey?
Frank Capra?
Is it?
I don't know. Harvey.
Maybe Ernst Lubitsch, maybe
Jimmy Stewart movie. I don't know.
Brought a name. Sam Wood, final answer.
It's unfortunately incorrect. We're looking for Henry Coster.
I would never get that.
It happens.
And your final question in this category. What 1930s adventure film has a man blow a bugle with his dying breath, which warns the British Army that the thuggy forces are coming?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I have no idea what this.
Okay.
I hate this category.
Robin Hood, final answer.
Fortunately incorrect. We're looking for Gunga Din.
The end of the Revenge of the Wheel round, Judgment and Ginyu are all tied up 22-22, and anything can happen as it all comes down to this. It's the 5th and final round. Your pick, your poison round works like this. Each team has put 4 categories on the big board to make a total of 8. These teams will now draft from those 8 categories until they each have 4 once again. Once they have all 4 categories, your opponent cannot get a question from one of the categories you have drafted. Once you have all 4, you'll be assigning a point value of 1, 2, 3, and 4 to them, going from 1 to 4. We'll go through all your questions, and once we have reached all of those and have a mathematical elimination, we will have a winner. So we will start with Judgment on the draft, but I'll tell you guys the categories on the wheel tonight, or on the board tonight, are sports, classics, 1990s, 1970s, 2010s, horror, directors, and animation. We're going to let these guys draft, and we'll be back momentarily. All right, we are back. The teams have drafted their categories, and since we are tied, Ginyu, you are the challengers. You'll get your first question first. What category would you like for your 1-point question?
Do you want to take horror for 1?
Yeah, I mean, I like horror, so yeah. If you feel comfortable with 70s at 2, then we can do horror at 1.
Okay, let's do 70s at 1 then.
You sure? I mean, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
70s.
70s at 1.
70s for 1. All right, Ginyu, I'll be giving you your questions in round 3. Your 1-pointer in the category of the 70s. Who plays Sonny's bank robbing partner Sal in Dog Day Afternoon?
John Cazale. John Cazale, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. So we'll send it back over to Judgment City. What would you like for your 1-point
I think we take 2010s for 1.
And then we also have classics, or
We have classics, directors, and animation.
do you want
So-
classics or 2010s for 1? You think
I think classics we can handle at
On a
2.
two.
We can
Okay.
handle a 3 or 4 in classics if
All
we
right,
needed
2010s.
to. So
Okay.
I think 2010s
Yeah.
is the only one of these that I feel a little
Could trip us
uncomfortable with.
up. Okay.
Yeah. So let's take that for 1.
All right, Dylan, go and get the questions in 2010s.
Right. Your question in the 2010s. Who directed A Cure for Wellness?
Gore Verbinski.
Yeah.
Gore Verbinski, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Tie game 23-23. We go back to Ginyu. What would you like for your 2-point question?
Horror.
You said horror. Your question in the category of horror. Who stars as Chief Cliff Robertson in The Dead Don't Die?
Is that Bill Murray?
Yeah, Chief, because like Adam Driver and 27 Day are cops, but I think Bill Murray is the chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Bill Murray, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Sending it back to Judgment. What would you like for your 2-point category?
I think classics.
You think classic? You'd rather
Not-
take classics for 2 than have it as a 3 or a 4 later.
I mean, we've done pretty good at the animation in the past, and
Okay, well, so what do you feel better about between classics?
personally,
and
I feel better. I
do you
think
feel
I feel
better about
now.
classics or feel better about directors between those?
Oh,
two? Do you
directors.
feel better
for
about
sure. Absolutely directors.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, then let's go
Yeah.
classics for 2 then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then your question in the category of classics. Who directed Guys and Dolls?
Joseph L. Mankiewicz.
Okay. Yeah.
Joseph L. Mankiewicz, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's a tie game again, 25-25. We're back to Ginyu. What would you like for your 3-point question?
So
Or
I'd rather do sports because I feel like for 4 in sports, it's going to be some kind of like what country this, this
Let's-
thing is. Yeah.
sports for 3.
All right, your 3 in the category of sports. What is the profession of Venus and Serena Williams' mother in King Richard?
I don't know. Is she a nurse? I don't really know.
Nurse, maybe. I was thinking something in like a medical field, like a dentist, weirdly.
Well, did you see? I don't know.
You want to use a repeat?
5.
Sure.
Three.
Yeah, go ahead.
Repeat.
That is Ginyu's second repeat. Your question again. What is the profession of Venus and Serena Williams' mother in King Richard?
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I can't remember.
I have no idea. I wish I. Yeah. I have
It
no
happens.
idea.
Nurse, final answer.
That is correct for 3 big points.
Good shit,
So
David.
moving back over to Judgment City. What would you like for your 3-point question?
Do we want directors for force?
I
and
think
then
so.
animation for 3?
I think we can do directors for 4 myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's go
All right.
animation for 3. Is that good with you, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay, animation for 3.
All right. So your 3-point question in animation. In Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, what specific subject does Miles want to study at Princeton?
Oh shit! I've seen it once.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's some sort of science element.
Physics, maybe.
I feel like it's more specific than that, but maybe physics.
Damn.
Like DNA, maybe. Maybe just physics. Maybe. Let's use a repeat, just for the sake.
Yeah.
Repeat the question.
That is Judgment's second repeat.
Okay. Your question again. In Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, what specific subject does Miles want to study at Princeton?
Maybe theoretical physics.
All right. That sounds
That
good.
feels like more specific.
All right. Okay.
Or do we want to just say physics? Is physics specific enough? I don't know. I don't know if physics is more specific than science. What do you think, Jeremy?
Let's just say physics.
2,
Physics, final answer.
1.
Unfortunately incorrect. We have quantum physics as the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just bring Holtzman in?
They did say specific.
They did say specifics, but physics is more specific than science. So I don't know if there's an argument to be had that it's a specific version. They didn't say how
I
specific.
know Cam's having some problems right now.
Oh, dang. Cam, are you there?
Doesn't seem like it.
Can we ask Cam to leave and come back, or do we not have that option to consult with him?
He just left, but I would say you got to make a decision if you're going to challenge him.
Okay. Oh.
Why don't we just challenge it? I mean, it's the end of the match, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
we'll be right back after this challenge.
Is that a challenge?
Back from the challenge, worthy challenge, however, we are going to uphold the ruling that quantum physics is the only correct answer that we could have taken. Physics is not quite specific enough. So we will stay with Judgment City for their 4-point category in directors. Dylan, go ahead and give me your question.
All right. So your 4-point question in the category of directors. 1970's The Liberation of L.B. Jones was the final film of what legendary director?
do you know this, Jeremy?
I don't.
Okay.
Legendary
We got 2 repeats. So, okay. Could it be William Wyler?
Could it be Howard Hawks? I know he was still alive then.
Could be Howard Hawks. Could it be John Ford?
It's not Ford.
Okay, it's not Ford. Howard Hawks. Repeat the question.
Yeah.
Your question again. 1970's The Liberation of L.B. Jones was the final film of what legendary director?
You know, I don't think Hawks was still directing in the 70s, so Wyler might be a good answer.
I feel like Wyler's good. We'll use our last repeat just to talk it out. Other Joseph L. Mankiewicz. Repeat the question.
1970's The Liberation of L.B. Jones was the final film of what legendary director?
Yeah, I mean, Wyler's my best bet. Other, like, legendary... I think Wyler's, like, legendary of that era. Like, I don't know who else. Because, again, it's not Capra, it's not Lubitsch.
I don't think it's Ford. No, I think his last one was... No.
All right. William Wyler, final answer.
That is correct for 4 big points.
Caleb, good game.
All comes down to this. 24-23 Judgment's favor. Ginyu Force has to answer a 4-point question in the category of the 90s. If they hit it, Ginyu Force will become the champions. If they miss, Judgment City defends the title. Your question in the category of the 1990s is, at the beginning of Heat, Neil McCauley disguised himself as what profession to steal a vehicle?
Okay.
You just saw this, right?
Trying to remember.
What profession to steal a vehicle? He's like pretending to be somebody, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's some medical profession.
Can you describe the setting? Okay, go ahead.
Good question.
That is Ginyu's third repeat. Your question again. At the beginning of Heat, Neil McCauley disguises himself as what profession to steal a vehicle?
Is it like a priest or something? No.
No, it's not that. I think it's. I'm weirdly thinking it's like a paramedic, maybe, because I want to take an ambulance that you steal.
Okay. I don't remember. Do you remember the scene at all? Like, I don't know.
Let's question one more time.
As your final repeat, your question is, at the beginning of Heat, Neil McCauley disguises himself as what profession to steal a vehicle?
Like, what is the, like, where is he? Like, is he,
I feel like he's in a hospital. He's stealing like an ambulance.
you want to say doctor? You want to say paramedic? I don't know, too.
No, I don't think they would accept doctor for paramedic.
If you're thinking paramedic, go ahead. I think that's all I don't know.
4.
Paramedic, final answer.
And your winners and new movie Melee Team Champions, Ginyu Force
Good job, guys.
Paramedic is the correct answer. What a game, Dylan. Oh my God. Probably match of the year. How are you thoughts, Dylan?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is definitely up there. I think with Judgment City's last match, Kumite against Kumite as being like the best title match of the year. Great stuff. A lot of nail biters there, especially in that final round, which is crazy. Like Judgment City talking through their 4-pointer and narrowing it down to William Wyler, getting the 4 points. Ginyu Force doing the same thing where it's like, are they going to say paramedic? Are they going to do it? And then they did it. They got the 4 points to seal the victory. Really intense stuff the entire way through. Yeah.
An absolute display of chemistry from both teams, from both teammates on both sides, picking each other's brains, fighting for the right answers. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our unfortunate second place finishers, Judgment City. Cameron Holson, the manager here. What a game. I don't think you can even hang your head about your performance today. That was a nail biter, a shootout through and through. It ends up coming down probably to that 3-pointer in animation. How are you feeling about your performance in the match and on the run as a whole?
Good. I love playing with Jeremy. We went 7-0, and I think that's impressive. Would I have loved this one? Yeah. Especially because it would have broken the tie of the defense record. But hey, us, Ginyu, and Concept all have the record, and I think that's the big three. That's the big three, and at that point, it's dealer's choice who you think the GOATs are. Like I think it's dealer's choice at that point. There's no team in the lead. It's just different factors, whatever you think. I'll take it over to Jeremy and Holzman, but I want to say 2 things. First, I just want to make sure, great game to David and Payson. Y'all are legit. It's 2-1 now. Let's make it best 3 out of 5, boys. At this point, we kind of have to. So I think as much as playing y'all is stressful, at this point we have to. But I just want to reiterate, Jeremy's freaking awesome. Love playing with this man. So good, so talented, so incredible. Love playing with Jeremy. And then I want to say one thing, and I was waiting until we lost to say this because I think it means more when it comes in a loss than when you say it after a win. I want to give a shout out to the most underappreciated element of this game, and that is the frickin' writers.
Yeah.
These guys work their butts off, and then people come here in the post-match and they complain about their questions.
Yeah.
And you know what all those people who complain about those questions have in common? They don't write. They don't write. I just want to, it's one of the most thankless jobs in this community, and I just want to shout out how much work these writers put in. Do you agree with every question? No, but you're not putting in the work. Yeah, if you wanna complain about the questions, write. Come write. They need help, you know? So shout out to the writers. They freaking rock. All of them. Yeah, that's my main thing I have to say. But again, great game, Payson and David. Jeremy, love playing with you. Thanks for being here, Holtzman.
Yeah, and I just want to say it's probably been the greatest pleasure of my career as a player to play with Judgment City, with Kaleb, with having this great faction behind us. It's been an incredible run, and it's not over yet because you know, with these awesome, great teams like Ginyu Force, who, I mean, obviously have shown they're one of the best teams to ever exist. It's a game of inches, and it certainly was that today. It was, you know, neck and neck, just depended on a couple little things here and there. And yeah, it was an incredible match, and it's an honor to play in a great match like this that goes tied into the last round and goes all the way to the end, as it is in the ones that we've won. It was an honor to earn our place here today and to have the great game that we had, and just all respect to those guys. And I also think, you know, Multiplex, the writing, the hosting, everything that you guys do, I have the greatest respect for it. And we only get to do this and have these great matches and play at the height of our powers because of what you guys do and put together. Thank you so much. And yeah, I don't really feel like a loser at all. I feel like it just, you know, it just went the way that it went today, but we'll be back, and probably the stress level of the matches isn't going to go down because it'll probably be some great team that we're going to be playing when we do come back and trying to get back to that top again.
I
So
do believe, and host can correct me if I'm wrong, we do have that automatic title match again. Not like a cash-in, but just our next match will be a title match, correct?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that incorrect, host?
That is correct.
Okay.
You have earned
So-
that right. So that is something to hold on to.
So I will hold on to that.
Will be back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They will be back. Go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, these guys played great. It's been a great run from them up to this point. Still played a great match today. I fully agree with the sentiment both of them had about the writers. If they got a better
Shut up.
That was a good 3-pointer. That was a great.
No, that was a completely fair 3-pointer.
Oh no, 100%.
Completely
I
valid.
just feel like being a little shit. No, a great match. Fantastic game from David and Payson. You know, these guys are they proved in that run that they are one of the best teams that are currently playing, one of those teams that have ever played. I very much look forward to them coming back, and whether it's still Ginyu holding the belts or if it's someone else by the time these guys come to play for them, be afraid, because these guys use horror movies from a studio that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Has it ever been said that we aren't psychopaths? I've never claimed that. When it comes, I once tried to, just for a lark, in order to throw Michael Campbell off his game, I watched every Spike Lee movie. I'm an insane person. That's why I'm here.
This is true.
I was on a plane trying to remember who directed Scars of Dracula and Satanic Rites of Dracula.
We appreciate the most well-endorsed Writers Help Wanted ad we've ever had on this channel. Dylan and I, we feel properly blown. Thank you so much. So you guys
always happy to be a servant, boy.
I can say it. I run the show. You guys,
I'm like Bette Midler and for the boys.
You guys have had a great run.
Got to support the troops.
You guys got very soon, I'm sure. And we bring in your new movie Melee Team Champions, but not really new. The first ever three-time teams champions. It's Ginyu Force. When we talk about the greatest teams of all time, it's been Concept, it's been Ginyu, it's been Judgment City. But I think now, in this exact moment, getting the win back on the only team to beat you more than once is a big deal towards going towards the legacy. Like you said, first ever three-time. I think we can kind of say the debate right now probably swings in your favor as the greatest team of all time, and you are back with this match. How are you feeling to have this belt back? It's been almost a year since you lost it, and it's back in your possession. How are you feeling?
Wow, has it been a year already? Damn. Payson, you're the greatest partner a guy could ask for. I talked to you out a couple answers today, but I was in my voice in my head kept saying, just let Payson cook, just trust him. And then, I would shout out to Kaleb and Jeremy for today. It was a great match. It went to the end. I don't know. It's like we worked so hard to get back here again to have another rematch, and just we do what we usually do. So it's surreal to finally get this back. So yeah.
Go ahead, Payson.
Yeah. Okay.
I might one day win the singles belt. I might never win the singles belt. That is not going to be my legacy here. My legacy here is the fact that I was a part of one of the greatest teams to ever play in Melee, if not the greatest team. And the only reason I say if not is not because I'm trying to be cocky for myself, is because I want to shout out how incredible of a supportive player and how much when David wants to take the lead, David will take the lead, and how I can trust him with my trivia life. I want to thank Boat and Jeremy. They're a terrifying team. Like, they are the most terrifying team in this league. Regardless of, I genuinely think they are more terrifying than us. And when you see their names, you're like, oh my gosh, the amount of knowledge that you have to play them. And I thought I fucked up multiple times. I cannot believe I dropped the S on Longshank. I cannot believe I didn't show my board. I had Emerald for that Green Mile question, because I just did not understand it. But just we kept our heads high. We were able to do deep cuts so well. I just want to thank David so much. And this might sound stupid of me to do, but I just want to thank someone. Shout out to my dad. He's a paramedic, and I remember when I watched Heat, I kind of those things trigger in your mind, and I did want to thank my dad for being a paramedic. Like, obviously what Boatman said, thank you to all writers. This might sound weird. Thank you to all paramedics. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, but yeah.
They do provide a pretty important service. So yeah, thank you for paramedics.
What's funny is we're doing all the big thank yous and shout outs to all the different people. It's Memorial Day. Shout out to all the veterans. I'm thinking everyone the holidays for. I mean, this is not going to come out on Memorial Day, but spoilers. Anyway, incredible feat. You guys have done it. Clearly an emotional moment for you guys. You will be back defending at the end of the summer at Mayhem at the Multiplex 7, a stage you're very familiar with. Last year it was the stage. It was the stage where you lost the belts to Judgment, and now you'll be back on it for your first defense in your third reign. Who are you hoping to see on the Mayhem stage?
I think of all the teams in this league that we have played, I think there's one team that's kind of evaded us this long. I would love to play Bring Out Your Dead. Like, I want this match to be VAF. I want it to be vicious as fuck. Bring Out Your Dead.
Dylan, you got called out on the desk. You're fucking working, and they're like, "We want your ass."
What the hell? I was just so busy being happy for you guys. Now it's like we're gonna fucking destroy you now. So enjoy the belts while it lasts.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to play new teams. So it's
it would be a match between two hairless beauties
and 2 Sasquatches. Let's play.
Dylan, he just called you a Sasquatch. We're going to go ahead. We're going to roll into the end of this match. Thank you guys so much for watching. The Day of Judgment has come and gone, and Ginyu has won it. Thank you for watching Movie Melee. For everyone here, that has been Ginyu Force, Payson, and David. That has been Judgment City, Boatman, and Jeremy. That has been Holtzman. Thank you to Cody, to Ryko, and Bar for helping us with this match. Thank you to Dylan. I have been Caleb, and this has been Movie Melee. We'll see you guys real soon with another great match.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll wait?
It would take a minute. Bye-bye.